I should beat the hell out of you for doing something like that. Do you have any idea who I am? You're going to regret not giving me what I want.
Oh my God, who is this? Why are you sending me this type of thing?
Just when I thought you couldn't get any ruder, you actually forgot the person you exchanged contact information with? That's a different level of disrespect. You're treading on thin ice. I'd be careful with what you say next if I was you.
Right, hold on, it's coming back to me now. You're the customer that came in before, aren't you? I'm sorry if I offended you or anything. Getting a message like that out of the blue is quite frightening. Even you have to admit that.
Yeah, well, if you were any good at your job, you would have realized it was me in the first place. You don't forget something like that easily. You have no idea who you're messing with, girl. I could squash you like a bug. You better change your attitude.
Okay, I can understand if you were angry before when you wanted to file a complaint, but don't you think you're taking it too far now? You don't need to threaten me. What you were asking me was nothing to get upset about in the first place.
You really don't get it, do you? I'm not your average person. You don't get off disrespecting me even in the slightest. Just ask around town about Big Betty. I have quite the hefty reputation around here. Everyone knows I'm not the type of person to be messed with. You got that? So you better change the attitude when you talk to me, or I will be adding you to the bodies I've put in the ground.
Whoa! I don't care about who you were in the past or what you are now. That's not the type of thing you say to someone. Do you realize how much trouble you could get in for saying that? You're lucky you're dealing with a kind-hearted person, or else I would have reported you to the police already. Let's just finish it there before you say something reckless.
Ha! Good luck with doing that. Even the police are shivering in their shoes as they think about me. That's how powerful my reputation is here. Nobody messes with me.
Are you really that big of a deal? I've never heard about you before. Then again, I haven't lived here for that long. This isn't my hometown, so I don't know what type of history it has. I don't even have many friends yet. You're the first person I've ever met to make such a big deal about a drink bar service, by the way. What you're asking is petty and not fair. You can't threaten people to get what you want.
What? The way I've been treated so far has not been fair. How long have I been coming to this restaurant? I've been a regular customer here since I was a little girl. Granting me a free drink bar is the least you could do for my long patronage. Heck, if I wasn't the one coming to this restaurant, it would have closed down ages ago. You should be showering me with gifts for my kindness. Especially if you don't want to experience the wrath of Big Betty. You'd be smart to start showing me some respect.
Are you actually proud of that name? It's quite comical, don't you think? Anyway, listen here, Big Betty. Your reputation means nothing to me because I've never heard your name before. I'm not giving you free drinks. You can threaten me as much as you want. I'll contact authorities if I have to.
You know, you really get on my nerves. You know what? I've had enough of talking to you. Just where is the manager of this shoddy shop anyway?
Didn't I tell you today? He's fallen incredibly ill lately and we don't know when he's gonna be back. I'm doing the best I can to manage this place on my own.
Yeah, well, you know what? When he finally does come back, you can ask him about who I am. When he realizes he got on the bad side of Big Betty, he'll know what's coming to him. He won't give it a second thought in granting me my free drink bar. Don't be surprised if he fires you out of fear for what'll happen to him.
Yes. Okay then. If it strokes your ego and puts you in a good mood, I'll do it. Just so you know, we happen to talk about people in the town often and I've never heard your name once.
We'll see about that, won't we? You're gonna regret the way you've talked to me, Missy. When I come back, I want my drinks to be ready. You better watch out. I'm coming in today and I'm not in a good mood. I better see those drinks lined up for my selection. Not only that, but because of the rude attitude you gave me last time, I expect my meal to be free today, too.
Let me guess, this must be Big Betty again. Oh boy, here we go. Look, I don't know what type of world you think you're living in, but people don't just get what they want by demanding it. Even if your reputation is as menacing as you say it is, I'm not the type of person to listen to threats.
You really don't get it, do you? Do you have any idea what I could do to you in this second-rate shop? I can absolutely obliterate you. I put businesses in such a condition that they've had to repair it for months. Is that what you want? To be on your hands and knees scrubbing the floor? Don't take standing around here doing nothing for granted. After I'm done with this place, you'll be repairing the shop for months.
Oh, get over yourself. You can't do that much damage to the store without getting caught. If you did anything like that, you'd be in jail for most of your life. Your empty threats don't scare me. Now, if you come in and ask politely, maybe I'll give you the drinks you desire so much for the price we have listed on the menu.
Insolent girl! Don't you dare question my reputation. Just ask the manager yourself. He'll attest to my savagery.
Yeah, about that, I actually had a little talk with him. His reaction when I told him your name might surprise you.
There's not been one display of fear that has surprised me so far. I've seen the whites in people's eyes as they cower in front of me. I am the most horrifying being to stroll upon this earth.
No. Would you believe that the sound of your name put a smile on his face? Looks like he knows who you are. Whatever reputation you have doesn't seem to frighten him.
What? You're bluffing. I know that's not the way people react when they hear about me. I'm Big Betty, for Pete's sake.
You seriously have to stop with that name. It's not as cool as you think. Also, I'm not lying. He was genuinely amused about what I had to tell him. He was laughing the whole time as I was telling him about our interaction and what you were demanding. It got to the point where he was laughing so hard that sound wasn't coming out. I couldn't help but laugh myself.
Right, that's enough. You two have really done it now. How dare you mock me? You've been properly warned on what'll happen to you if you keep sliding me. Now you're gonna get it.
Before you start tooting your own horn, do you have any idea who my manager is? He has a reputation himself, apparently.
Don't know, don't care. He's probably just some lazy nobody.
Oh yeah? Have you by some chance heard of the name Mighty Mike before?
Mighty Mike? What a suitable name for a loser working there. Wait, Mighty Mike? Don't tell me that's your actual boss.
Well, he doesn't go by Mighty Mike anymore. We just call him Michael here. So you do know about him. I'll assume you'll stop bothering us about this nonsense over the drink bar. You don't want to disrespect someone who's that respected in this community.
Respected? That guy is more than just respected. He's like an old folktale at this point. His tales of brutality used to keep me up at night. I can't imagine someone like that living in this neighborhood. The fact that he still exists is insane. I thought he was just a myth.
His tales of brutality? What are you talking about? He's the nicest guy ever. He's taken a lot of crap from customers, but I haven't seen him lash out once. He's got the coolest temperament I've seen in anyone.
What are you talking about? This guy's a stone-cold fighter. They say he's taken on 50 guys at once. Not only that, he gave them to the count of 30 before he laid a hand on them. That's 30 seconds of getting absolutely trashed from every direction. Do you even understand how insane that is?
I can't even imagine it. Michael is nothing but a ball of positivity. He only lays a hand on people to pat them on the back. You'd really have to tick him off for him to get like that. He hates confrontation.
This is unbelievable. I can't believe who I've been messing with. So what does that make you? Are you his disciple or something?
Geez, no way. I'm just an average girl trying to pay their way through school. I'm only doing this job so I can pay the rent. I have no idea about his legend or whatever. He's just a super nice guy and I like working for him.
Come on, how could you not have heard about him? You've worked there for how long now? The guy has even wrestled with a bear. They say that one day when he was living in the woods, a bear came up and attacked him. He had a knife on him, but he decided to take the bear down with his own hands. With his bare 2 hands. That's savage as.
Okay, I will admit that is an impressive feat, but it still has nothing to do with what I want to do. And to be honest, I think you should check the validity of these stories. I mean, come on, 50 people? He wrestled with a fully grown bear? That's just ridiculous. Sounds like something you'd read in a comic book.
You better be careful what you say about him. You really don't want to get on that guy's bad side. Words can't express how jealous I am of you. That guy has been my idol for my whole life. You should appreciate the position you were in. You should especially keep your mouth shut when you're thinking about disrespecting him. A disciple should have the utmost respect for their master, especially one as cutthroat as that.
I'm not trying to learn anything from the guy. All I do is take people's orders at a register. I couldn't care less about some violent, sadistic guy that instills fear in others. That's a world I don't want to be involved in. But if there's one thing I'm happy for, it's that his past has certainly quieted you down. You're like a scared little mouse now. Why don't you run back home into your hole?
Enough of that. I may not have the courage to face a guy like that, but I have more than enough to face you.
You're bluffing and threats are starting to bore me. You said you're coming in today, right? Maybe we should just get this all over and done with. Come into the store and you can make your demands with my boss. I'm sure Michael would love a chance to finally meet you. I'll have a towel prepared for any potential bloody mess that could occur.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't think I can come in today.
I wonder why that could be. Come on, spit it out. What excuse do you have for me?
Come on, have you even looked outside? The weather is atrocious right now.
Surely you could think of something better than that. You'd better come into the store if you know what's good for you. It's probably the only chance you have to save yourself.
Save myself from what? You just told me that Michael has stopped his violent acts. He's the nicest guy in the world, isn't he?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. We have enough dirt on you to put you away for a long time.
What are you talking about?
It seems you haven't realized, so I have to tell you. Our shop is well equipped with surveillance. There's not much that passes under our nose. We can see everything. It's even equipped with audio.
Yeah, and so what? What does that mean?
It means that all your violent, aggressive, and disgusting behavior has been caught on camera. We have a long log of you coming into the store and insulting me. Not only that, but there's something we haven't talked about. You actually broke our drink dispenser, didn't you?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Stop making lies.
I'm sorry, but that's not going to help you if we have it on camera too. That's an even more hefty crime than just insulting me. You should have thought twice before you did that. And then on top of it all, we have our WhatsApp conversations. All your vile threats toward me have been saved on this phone. I can go to the police anytime I want. So what are you going to do?
Stop. You're taking this way too far. Of course, I had my own legend of being a terrifying entity that people didn't want to cross paths with. But I'm not that type of person now. I wasn't serious when I said all those things. I'm just a normal girl like you working a normal job. You don't have to do this. If you take this too far, I'm gonna lose my own job.
Look at you now. You grow smaller and smaller by the minute. I couldn't care less about you losing your own job. You're nothing to me. The moment I got you trapped in a corner, you start begging for forgiveness. It's quite pathetic, actually. Just so you know, your hero, Mighty Mike, has seen all of this. He knows every single thing that you've said to me, and he is not in a good mood.
No way! How could you do this? I don't care what you say about Mighty Mike. He might actually come after me now. Come on, have a little bit of mercy. There must be something you like about me. I'm a fellow human, for Pete's sake.
There's not even a glimmer of one thing that I like about you. Just saying your name, Big Betty, leaves a sour taste in my mouth.
Come on, I'll do anything. I'll even paint the store for you if you want. I'm giving you my genuine apology.
Is this actually happening right now? All that talk of damaging us so much that you'd put us out of business and now you want to help us? I'm actually getting a little amused from this. What else can you offer us?
Sorry, just forget it. I know no matter what I say, you're just gonna make fun of me for it. You are really a cruel person, you know that? They were just words. You don't have to make a big deal about it.
If you think I'm cruel, wait till you hear what Michael said. When he heard that you wanted to destroy his store, he said he would destroy you first. I guess you should know your enemies before you try and pick a fight with them, especially when it's over something as petty as a drink bar. Now come down to the store if you want a chance of saving yourself. Big Betty never came in that day. She was probably too terrified to look Michael in the eyes and apologize. I'm not sure what type of fantasies she's had about him her whole life, but I can imagine her sitting in the corner of her room shivering at the thought of him. She probably thought that he'd come in and kick down her door at any moment. Despite what she said about Michael, I can't imagine him doing anything violent. Thankfully, with everything we'd amassed on Big Betty, we didn't have to go so far as to confront her. The police were able to kick down the door on our part. According to the police reports, she managed to escape a court hearing after wailing about how someone like her wouldn't last a day in prison. I guess all that talk about being a terrifying entity was all a lie. I knew from the very beginning that she wasn't the type of person to be scared of. But I wouldn't say it was a happy ending for her. We still managed to press charges for the amount of time she threatened me, as well as the damages she did to the store. On top of that, her company caught wind of her disgusting behavior outside of the workplace. In fact, word quickly spread throughout the town of what happened at our store. I'm sure the company didn't want to be linked to someone like that and fired her immediately. She's probably out there somewhere living in a cardboard box, scraping pennies off the pavement. I'd feel sorry for her if I didn't know how vile she is. As for our store, everything has gone back to normal. With one abusive customer out of the way, I've been able to keep up my spirits for the rest of the people that come here. My manager, Michael, is also in the same type of mood. He said it was an interesting experience because she brought up memories of the old days. He confirmed all the stories with me. I guess it was true that he did wrestle with the bear and actually fought off 50 people. He then told me he'd rather have another encounter with Big Betty than go back to those days. He's completely past the life of a bad boy. So now our little store is enjoying its nice little time of peace. Having a stable and relaxing job is quite beneficial for my studies. When I finish my studies and I'm finally out there in the real world, I hope I never come across someone like Big Betty again. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button. See you in the next video.